Had no need to fight tonight.
Press Metal is a Malaysian-based aluminium company first started as a local aluminium extrusion company in 1986. After over 13 years of growth and expansion, today they are a globally integrated aluminium processor with their largest presence in Southeast Asia. Their products serve many industries throughout the world, from top automotive and aviation companies to leading technology giants. Press Metal Aluminium Holdings Berhad is a Malaysian-based investment holding company. The company is engaged in the manufacturing and trading of aluminium products. The firm uses activity ratio to measure their assets efficiency to generate sales and cash. Let's look at the total asset turnover graph. Press Metal Aluminium Holdings Berhad was able to utilize its overall asset and good in managing it at 2017 because the trend movement shows an increase at that time. Nevertheless, it's going down slowly from 2018 to 2020 due to unable to utilize its overall assets. Next, for the inventory turnover, the company in 2018 is in favorable activity because the inventory turnover is the highest compared to the other years. The worst data is in 2020. We had a huge gap with 2018. It proved that the company at that year was effectively using its inventory to generate sales, but unfortunately it became declining after 2018. Moreover, average payment period at 2016 was the highest data, but it going down at 2017 to 2019. It shows an improving record because a lower average payment period is more favorable. Meanwhile, it increases again at 2020. Lastly, the average collect period in 2017 has recorded the highest value, which the firm was not good in managing its credit sales and less cash in hand. The longer average collect period, the higher the probability to convert business receivables into cash. However, in 2019, the company good in managing its credit sales and more cash in hand when it recorded the lowest data.
Liquidity ratios consist of current ratio, liquid ratio, and net working capital. Press Metal Aluminium Holding Berhad show upward trend movement from 2016 to 2019 and slightly decrease in 2020 for the current ratios. This company in 2019 is in good performance because the current ratio in 2019 is the highest compared to the other years. This indicates that Press Metal Aluminium Holding Berhad has high ability to pay its short-term obligation on time and covered by its current asset. Secondly, credit ratio is a measure of the firm's ability to pay off its short-term obligation without having to rely on the sale inventory and the prepaid. That trend to be the least liquid of the current asset. Press Metal Aluminium Holding Berhad show went up trend movement from 2016 to 2019 and dropped in 2020. This company in 2016 is bad performance because its quick ratio is the lowest compared to the other years. For the net working capital, Press Metal Aluminium Holding Berhad, it show rocket trend movement from the year 2016 until 2019 and sank in 2020. Press Metal Aluminium Holding Berhad is in good performance in 2019 because the net working capital is the highest compared to the other years. The firm relatively liquid and able to meet its short-term obligation as it can do. It also indicates that part of its investment in current assets is financed with long-term financing.
Moving to leverage ratio. For debt ratio, Press Metal Aluminium Holding Berhad show upward trend movement in the last 3 years that indicate the company has bad performance. However, in 2018, company has reached the lowest movement trend, which means the firm is good managing its debts and low financial risk compared for the year in 2016, where the company has reached the higher movement trend. Next, for debt to equity ratio, the company shows downwards and upward trend movement. For the year 2018, the company is in good performance. It represents the lowest debt to equity ratio compared to the other years. It indicates that the creditor provided more funds compared to the owners. and the time interest earned, company fluctuate in all 5 years. However, in 2017, show the trend slightly decreased from the year 2016. For the year 2018, Press Metal Aluminium Holding Berhad has reached the highest movement trend that indicates the company is in good meeting their interest payment obligation and higher capability and lower risk of default.
Profitability ratio. My first point is gross profit margin. Press Metal Aluminium Holdings Berhad shows the gross profit margin increase and decrease trend from 2016 to 2020. This company's ability to control cost of goods sold relative to its sales revenue in 2017. Gross profit margin also indicates that the variable cost component or cost of goods sold in the FIN cost structure, but the company has lower effectiveness level in terms of generating sales and control the cost for the other year. My second point is operating profit margin. Press Metal Aluminium Holdings Berhad shows the downward trend for operating profit margin from 2016 to 2019 but increased on 2020. This is because this company operating profit margin measures the productivity of assets in providing returns to both creditors and stockholders. The ratio indicates in 2020 has a better productivity. My third point is net profit margin. The net profit margin has better performance in 2017 that increased by 0.02% and shows downward trend from 2017 to 2019 and increase in 2020. Then net profit margin measures the after-tax profit per ringgit of sales after deducting all expenses including interest and tax. For 2017, indicates that the firm is able to generate net earning available for shareholder for each ringgit of sales.
Moving to market ratio. For market book ratio, Press Metal Aluminium Holding Berhad shows downward trend movement from 2017 until 2020. This company has bad investment that indicate the stock is undervalued. In price earning ratio, company has slight difference from 2016 until 2020. However, the company net profit is stable in every years. Yet in 2020 shows the lowest trend movement, which means the investor are not anticipating higher growth in the future.
As a conclusion, I can conclude that Press Metal Aluminium Holding Berhad need to improve their branding and quality products so that people out there will buy it. Then it will increase net profit. Aluminium is high demand material because it is commonly used for all type of construction, and at the same time can attract many investors to invest with their company. That's all from us. Thank you for lending your ears.